Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Talk with EMAS, and today you'll be with me, Miss Yuris. In this episode, you'll be listening to a short story with the title The Magic Paintbrush. This story is taken from British Council. Please prepare your pen or pencil and also paper to take some notes before you listen to the story, because in the end of the session, we are going to have a quiz. You'll be answer some questions related to the story. Before we start, I want to tell you that this podcast is brought to you by English Massive. English Massive or EMAS is a free English course program provided by Kediri City Government for all the citizens. If you want to know more about us, you may reach us on Instagram at English Massive and our YouTube channel at English Massive Kediri. Now, are you ready for the story time? Happy listening, everyone!
English Massive Podcast Talk with EMAS.
The Magic Paintbrush. Rose loved drawing, and she was very poor and didn't have pens or pencils. She drew pictures in the sand with stick. One day, an old woman saw Rose and said, "Hello, here's a paintbrush and some paper for you." "Thank you," smiled Rose. She was so happy. What can I paint?" she thought. She looked around and saw a duck on the pond. "I know, I'll paint a duck." So she did. Suddenly, the duck flew off the paper and onto the pond. "Wow," she said, "a magic paintbrush." Rose was a very kind girl, and she painted pictures for everyone in her village. She painted a cow for the farmer, pencil for the teachers, and toys for all children. The king heard about the magic paintbrush and sent a soldier to find Rose. "Come with me," said the soldier. "The king wants you to paint some money for him." "But he is already rich," said Rose. "I only paint to help poor people." But the nasty soldier took Rose to the king. "Paint me a tree with lots of money on it," he shouted. Rose was brave and said, "No." So the king sent her to the prison. But Rose painted a key for the door and horse to help her escape. The king chased after her. So she painted a big hole and splat. The king fell in. Today, Rose only uses her magic paintbrush to help people who really need help. So that's all the story about the magic paintbrush. What do you think about the story? Is it nice? Do you like the story? Okay, now let's discuss the story based on what you have heard, because I have some questions about it. Are you ready? The first question: who was the girl that very poor and didn't have pen or pencils but really loved drawing? Yes, you were correct. The answer is Rose. Rose really loved drawing, but she was very poor and didn't have pens or pencil to draw. The second question, are you ready? Why the king sent Rose to the prison? How about this? Great! The correct answer is because she didn't want to help the king. Well, now we go to the last questions. What do you think is the moral of the story? Do you know? Exactly, that's true. The moral value is don't be greedy and be kind to others. Okay, I think that's the end of our podcast today. I hope you can learn something new from today's episode. Thank you for listening and see you in another episode of Talk with EMAS. Goodbye, everyone.